Jen here, and I have a layout for the telephone game hop round 4. I almost said 3, but it's actually 4 for the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. So this time around, I'm second in line, which I love. It's so much fun. I love that I've had an opportunity to kind of be in the middle of the pack and starting things off, and now I'm second in line, and I'm following the amazing Moira. You can see her layout up there in that corner, so you can see it's got kind of a gorgeous monochromatic feel to it, and there is some mixed media in the background, and she has that really great design of kind of having almost an owl shape. That I think that's what I'm showing you right there, kind of that L-shaped layout to her pattern papers and stuff. So tons and tons of amazing things that are my favorites to go to be able to scrap lift her layout. So as you can see, I'm going with the same color scheme because it's my favorite. I love the green, kind of green mints, teals, blues. Absolutely my favorites. So I'm going to stick with that kind of monochromatic feel with those colors. And I instantly thought of this collection that I have from Moda Scrap. They're a company from Italy, I think. And a couple of years ago, I got this collection at the Great Canadian Scrapbook Carnival in Calgary. It's put on by Creative Scrapbooker magazine every year. And one of the ladies was selling this, Scrap Shots. She was selling this collection. She had only brought in a couple packs because she was kind of testing it out to see if it's something that people would like. It has a bit of a different kind of feel to it, the way that the pictures are drawn and stuff. And my friend who was with me noticed it. I didn't even notice it. She noticed it and instantly was like, "Jen, it's your family. The one little kid in this looks so much like my little Bassie." So I had to pick it up. The minute she said that, I was like, it's coming home with me. And it's so cute. It's such a sweet collection. It's very winter themed, which is absolutely perfect for us. So it works well for Christmas, and it has a lot of kind of Christmassy things, but also just those general winter vibes that, yeah, it's just, I love it. It's a great collection, and I haven't used it. It's another one of those ones that I pick up, I'm madly in love with it, and then I kind of just don't use it. So I was really excited when I realized that this is the perfect colors to match what Moira had done in her layout. So you can see here, because my picture is horizontal instead of portrait, I'm gonna kind of make the bulk of my pattern papers run horizontal across the page instead of vertical. So that's why I was kind of just playing around with things to just get my L shape to kind of match the feeling of my picture. And then I'm going with a background that's busier. Moira had a white background, so I'm not going to do a ton of extra mixed media in the back, but I remembered that I had this stencil that has snowflakes on it. I actually think that might have been designed for planners or bullet journals or even traveler's notebooks maybe. But the snowflakes are really cute, so I thought that might just add a really fun little detail in the background that kind of carries on the stenciling and texture paste that Moira did without being too crazy busy in that background. So I pulled out my Heidi Swap Color Shine in mint and in teal, and then just some, what's that called? Whipped spackle, and just barely dyed that whipped spackle those two colors to kind of pull out the colors that are already in the collection, and just put snowflakes all over. And you'll see here, they're so pretty and super shimmery. I absolutely love how those turned out. And then I splattered a little bit too, just to intensify that color and kind of the dots in that background are so uniform and so perfect. So having those splatters just kind of is distress the right word? No, it just kind of, I don't know, adds to the mixed media feel of everything. So I gutted that first paper, that really beautiful paper with the stars on it, and then I'm going to bring a chunk of that back into the front, and that's going to be kind of where I'm starting to build my layers. So I will do the same sort of L shape here, where I have a few pattern papers going up and a few pattern papers going to the side. I matted my photo on this cardstock that I have. I think I actually bought that to go with the Bo Bunny collection that has the Alice in Wonderland theme. And I used it to create a layout for a class that I taught, and just had, again, I think I gutted the paper, so I used the outside of the 12 by 12 sheet, and I just had this inside piece, and it works out great. It's the right color. It's just a little bit darker, so it kind of gave me that grounding color that I like, because all of these other colors are so soft and almost pastel. So I'm just going to use that to create one of my strips going up and down. This was super easy with the dots because you could just line them up kind of like a grid, and then you knew you had everything lined up properly. And then I was trying to think of another sort of contrast or darker pattern that I could bring in, and the collection didn't really have any, but right beside me I had my washi tape, and there you go. It happened to I happened to catch the one that is alternating strips of teal and mint, so that worked out really good. And then here I'm just repeating this piece of paper that has words on it, and you can see I'm being stingy. I'm not using full strips because I want to conserve as much of that paper as I can. I'm not sure if I used this all up, if I would be able to get this collection again. So, and then I thought it would be fun to kind of keep going with that snowflake motif. So I went through my stash. I still had out all my Christmas supplies, and so I went through my Christmas ephemera, and I found that really pretty glittery snowflake round piece and the Christmas tree that obviously matches. I don't remember what collection those are from. And then there were some gray and white snowflakes that I thought were really pretty. And I toyed with adding the candy canes because that kind of brought in a third color. But I decided to go with it in the end because I think that the obviously red and green really contrast, and so they go together very nicely. They complement each other, and you can see here in the collection both red and pink are part of this collection because they do go so well with the blues and the greens. So I thought I'm going to go ahead and add that in as just my little pop of color. And just, I guess, maybe my little personal touch to Moira's layout. So each of my little clusters here will get a touch of pink to it. And as you'll see, this kind of had a snowball effect for me, which is pretty funny considering I'm going with the wintry motif. But once I added in that pink, I just kind of kept going. So I went through those two big sticker packs that I have, and I pulled out some little hearts. You can see right beside me on the right hand side there. I pulled out those really cute little gingham pink and white hearts, and then there are some teal and mint ones in there too. So definitely at this point I kind of have just taken this on and given it a life of its own. So I definitely have more clusters than Moira. I've added those 3 clusters. This one up here at the top right hand corner is definitely different from what Moira has in hers. And I was having so much fun just adding all these cute little details and stuff. So I'm popping some up with foam and creating lots of dimension. I'm gonna try to create my title over on this side. So I had that little strip, it said Dear Santa on it, and I didn't really need the deer part, but I thought maybe I could incorporate the Santa into my title somehow, so I kind of covered that up with the tree. And then I had those stars kind of creating a banner up at the top, but I felt like the stars just disappeared and I'd rather use them somewhere else, but I kind of liked the banner feel to it. So I just cut a piece of that large snowflake die cut and kind of followed the shape of it. I put that up at the top and just kind of curved my little embellishments around. So those embellishments all come from different places. The joy I cut out from the paper that is from the Moda Scraps collection. And the wood veneer I think came from Dollarama. And now I have these pink, I think these ones are Pink Fresh. The like rubber stickers, so I put one of those in each of the little clusters because they're again bringing in a little bit of that darker green, and I love to do that. I feel like that really grounds all of your clusters or grounds your photo if you can just add that kind of darker color. So those are in there. You saw me put the hearts in there. Here I've got some Chamel Glitter Girl enamel dots, so one of the colors is that perfect match, and they're all pretty and glittery, so I've thrown those in there. And the sticker books, one of them is Chamel's and one of them was Maggie Holmes, and they match really well actually. Chamel's the colors are a little bit more clean, but they both kind of have a similar color palette, so it was easy to mix them all up. So you can see, I just keep going. I'm adding, if I add something to one little cluster, then I try to find a way to add something similar to all of the other clusters. So there's lots of these little word stickers and just fun little details. I feel like I haven't done a layout like this in a while where I just kind of have overloaded all of my clusters, so it was kind of fun to keep going. I usually am trying to stop myself so that I can make things a little bit more simple and clean, but no, this time I just thought I'm gonna go for it. It was fun. So here's where I got the idea for my title. So it says, Santa, we know him, which is one of our favorite quotes from the movie Elf, because my dad plays Santa every Christmas, so my kids are always like, Santa, we know him. So I thought that ended up working really well. And that's it. That's my layout for this hop. Moira's link is in my description down below, and Melissa is coming up after me, and her link will be down there too. So please hop along and play. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, you can leave them for me down below. And until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.